Hey, this is Matt Storm from Volcus, and in this video I'd like to talk about vulnerability templates in Report Ranger, how they can be used, how they can make your life a bit easier, how they can enhance automation and workflow, that kind of thing. And so what I've done is I've created a really simple report. You can see the output of Report Ranger on the right in Markdown, because this is a bit easier to see in Markdown when you output to Markdown. And the report itself is just really simple. You've got a couple of random vulnerabilities. The text doesn't really matter. You can see on the left, the Markdown files used to generate the report. And what I'll do is I'll just run Report Ranger every few seconds so that on the right, it should update as I change what's on the left. So there's a couple of random vulnerabilities. And what I would like to do is I would like to copy and paste in another one, SNMP default community strings. You can already see it update on the right. Now, SNMP default community strings is a vulnerability that's, it's a lot of clients have it. You'll find that a lot of clients do have the same kinds of problems. You don't want to write the same solution to the same problem that happens over and over again. It's also something that is worth addressing, it's worth reporting on, but it's also not going to burn the house down. It's not directly exploitable mostly, and it's also something that's, although it's worth reporting on, it's not something you want to spend too much time on because often there's a lot of higher priorities. So to assist that, we use templates. And this is the kind of template that is pretty common in other reporting systems. You've got some default text here. You've got some default values put into place. Now, how can we improve on that? First things first, let's try bringing this information, the default information, and putting it right at the top. So hosts. Community string public. And let's put that as a table. Okay, so when this updates, you see it's taking the information at the top and putting it in this table here. And you can just copy and paste lines here. And that should automatically update a table. Now, why is this better? Why is it better to have the information up the top here instead of in the write-up itself? There's two reasons. Firstly, this is a vulnerability template, and you don't want to have to read through the entire template to figure out what you need to change. And when you do read through the entire template, especially, penetration testing, you might have some time pressure. You might be trying to organize a lot of vulnerabilities at the end. When you do read through the template and there's just default text like that, you might miss something and it might sneak through. Whereas if things are at the top here, it's really obvious what needs to be changed. The second thing is this enables a lot of automation. This is YAML. It can be ingested, and you can use tools like vulngester, which comes as part of Report Ranger, to get stuff from Nessus, get the IP addresses and the community strings from Nessus or another tool like that, and automatically update this information. It makes it a streamed automated workflow, and you don't have to worry about, for instance, errors cropping in. You just have to worry about the final quality of the report. So no copy and pasting if you're using something like that and raising the automation. There's also a fair bit more power here. So in the background, we use Jinja as our reporting system. And so Jinja has all the if else, all of the for loops, all of the stuff that you require for dynamic templates that can adapt to a lot of information. So let's use some of it. So we've got this text down here. That's only used if there's a private community string. So let's do private. If private and if. So now we've got a bit of a toggle here. If we change this to false, then this text should disappear. There it goes. And this means you can have very adaptable templates with the triggers at the top. And all of that can be ingested with information from a tool like Nessus automatically, because what's at the top is YAML and can be automatically changed. If we change that back to true, that text should reappear. Another final little tidbit is vulnerability templates can refer to all of the other variables that are in the report, like client. Again, this saves a lot of time. It also prevents a lot of errors. So for instance, if you're copy and pasting a template between different clients, you shouldn't have to worry about the client name slipping through. That does happen when you're using Microsoft Word. It happens all the time. So hopefully after looking at this, you might want to have a look at the Jinja template designer documentation, and it might give you a few ideas about what to do. I'd like to go through Vuln Ingester in a future video, but in the meantime, have a look at the wiki for Report Ranger, and hope you go well with making your new reports.